Let's talk about the weather, and let's talk about weather preparation. Half of America is in the middle of a winter storm, a real winter storm. I've already covered that you should have gas in your car, that you should know where your blankets are, that you should have candles to keep your place warm, that you should, I did say blankets, didn't I? That you should have water, that you should have food, that you should make sure you have extra water in the tub and maybe some water in a bucket just in case, because shit happens. So you have your water, your food, your candles, your blankets. You have your gas in your car. You've taken that, what may be your last bath in a long time, because you don't want to be stinky the whole time. Come on. You've cleaned out the tub. You filled the tub with water. You got an extra bucket of water, just in case. You have your prescriptions. That's the thing that you needed to do. Like if you were close to running out of your prescriptions, I know in 93, 94, people were literally snowed in for, some people say it was 30 days. I know for my mom it was at least 2 weeks. You don't want to go that long without your blood pressure pills, your Adderall, your whatever it is that keeps you healthy and sane. And that is including your box of wine, your bottles of wine, your tequila, whatever, your bourbon. So you've got all of that stuff. You remember that. You don't want to unplug your phone just to be scrolling. You want to keep your phone attached to a charging source. And if you have to plug that phone into an extension cord so that you can have more freedom to walk around, don't unplug that phone. Because I'm going to tell you the truth, there have been several storms, even without winter, like tornadoes and thunderstorms, where I was in Louisville and I didn't have power for 2 weeks. Didn't have hot water to take a shower. I had to take cold showers. And I definitely could not charge my phone. So you want to keep your phone charging for as long as you have electricity. And if the electricity doesn't go out, good job. You've kept yourself ready, and you didn't have to be ready, but you kept yourself ready, and now you still have your phone. It's just a slight inconvenience. I've been doing these shorts and these reels and posts, like under 3-minute posts on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. And I've been getting a lot of suggestions like, well, you can charge your phone in your car. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And that, of course you have your car gassed up, but really, do you want to shovel your car out so that you could just charge your phone? You want to go out in the cold and charge your phone? It's a last resort is what I'm saying. It's a good idea. Good idea. But for me, that's the last resort. I'm not wasting gas. I've also learned some other things watching other people's videos, like how to cook when you don't have a normal oven or stove. And it's genius. This woman, I saw her on Instagram. I can't remember her name. It's a very smart woman, extremely smart. She said, take tea candles. If you have a muffin tin, but I think it would work even if you didn't have a muffin tin, like if you had like a roaster with the grates that go in it. Anyway, let me just say it. You take your tea candles, like 4 of them, put them in the 4 open parts of the muffin tin. Place your skillet on top of the muffin tin, and you can cook your eggs in that skillet or whatever you need to cook in that skillet, so you can have a hot meal. You can. And I thought that was ingenious. Okay, now this other thing I have known because we've had to do it, and I've also known because I've seen other people have to do it. But the blankets are not just for you to wrap yourself in. If it gets, like, I think in Kentucky it's gonna get -1 and -2 at some point during the weekend or next week. So if they're without power, it's just not feasible to be without heat. You know, you want to live, right? You don't want to freeze. Technically, you're supposed to have everyone in the house gather in one room. And Japan does this too. I mean, a lot of anime freaks know this. I'm an anime freak, so I can say that. You gather everyone in one room. You have your candles strategically placed throughout the room, hopefully not near your blankets. You take your blankets, you cover up the windows and the doors. Every human stays in that room. Every living being, dog, cat, bird, whatever you got, stays in that room. Humans generate heat. Dogs and cats generate heat. The candles generate heat. The blankets keep the heat from leaving. And you know, if it's exceptionally cold and you have enough blankets, you should put those blankets on the walls too. You want to get that room as insulated as possible. I know that one candle can heat an entire car. Like if your car breaks down, that's why you're always supposed to have a candle and a lighter or a torch or a match in the car with you, just in case you break down during a winter storm. I'm going to be honest. I was always the brat who left the freaking room. I didn't care if I was cold. A lot of times I couldn't be around that many people, so I would be cold. But I'm saying being cold isn't necessary. There are things you can do about it. Everyone says have non-perishables, but you know, if it's -1 outside, I know you don't want your stuff to freeze. But I mean, if your refrigerator isn't working, you just went to the grocery store and bought a ton of stuff, you can put that stuff outside. I'm not a doctor or a nutritionist or anything like that. You know, I'll just say allegedly. But I have put my food outside even when there isn't a problem. Sometimes the refrigerator is just too full, and if it's winter, take all the drinks out and put them outside. It's easy. Use nature for yourself. Oh. Don't forget. Wash those dishes. And like I said, wash yourself. Because eventually, if the power goes out, you're not going to have your dishwasher. You may not have your water. Wash those dishes. Keep them washed as long as you have electricity. Wash your clothes. Oh my gosh. So I have a pile of clothes right now. Gotta wash them. Because, you know, why not? You're not going anywhere. I will have a part 2 where I talk about stuff to do when you don't have a phone to scroll with, or electricity, or TV, or, you know, anything. That's all. Toodles.